my life, demotivation works more than motivation. The source of motivation is nothing but, all self-belief, self-esteem, So he told one thing, that I don't want to be the richest person in the graveyard. In the path of the success, it is always we, it's never me actually. I have got this one topic because right now what I was feeling something like, about making discussion about a single thing, So can I bring right now? If that's okay, if that's fine by you?
Go ahead, yes.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you. Just right now, I was kind of feeling okay. I mean, low, little bit. I don't know. So like because we are the human beings, I definitely know. For feeling great or excited, we need some reason to be happy.
Yes.
So that's what I want to ask. What do you think? Like, what's important in life, motivation or demotivation? When I see any video, they always used to say that motivation is overrated, all the time. But I think, for the most time, I mean, in my
Wow, that's really interesting because I feel that motivation powers me. If I'm motivated to get something, I will work hard towards it. Whereas if I don't have a goal, I feel like I'm just kind of living every day. I tend to need something to focus on. That's just me. But it's interesting what you say. So you say
okay.
demotivation.
So what drives your motivation every day? Your goals and targets that you achieve, accomplish.
Yes. So, for example, money is important, but to me, it's not everything. So, my motivation is to do my job well, make sure that I'm teaching the children well, and to lead a healthy life for me. So, to have a good work-life balance, but at the same time, have enough money to be able to live comfortably.
Yeah, definitely. Money is gonna play a very major role in the life,
Yeah. At the moment, my focus is on my work at the moment. I'm trying to do the best that I can, and everything after that is a plus for me. So that's what motivates me to get up in the morning and to know that the children are learning and they're understanding. So I'm doing a good job. That's me. What about you?
Oh, so nice. As far as I'm concerned, I believe, for me actually, especially, motivation is actually, like just working every day actually, when I actually tracking yourself, in whatever category you are, or maybe what you want to achieve in your life, or making goals or something. So when I see my people, when I say my people means, the people who are around me, when I look up to them, and see how they are being different from each other, how they are perceiving the things, and how they are getting or progressing, in their life. So this is the biggest motivation I'm getting from. First I could say. And secondly, every day, that silly things, that comes in my way, which doesn't, cost much. I mean, nothing, it doesn't cost anything. Connecting myself with these trivial things, or maybe those things which are the basic parts of the life, which makes you actually happy. So second motivation, and the third, trying something to learn always, because updating yourself with the things that is coming in, that is coming in your nation, or maybe that is being adopted by everyone. So that's something like, these are the motivation, little bit motivations, but ultimately, the source of motivation is nothing but, my own thing, my own self-belief,
yourself.
self-esteem,
Self-esteem is very important, because often I have some friends who they compare themselves to others a little bit too much. Instead of focusing on their abilities and what they can do, they think, oh, well, that person does it better, so I give up. They don't, a lot of my friends do this, and they think, well, I'm not going to do that because he does it better. But that's him, and you need to think for you. You need to do your best. That's what I feel.
Okay. Exactly. I know that. This is called comparison, criticizing yourself, just because every life is different, so we cannot compare anyone's life. And there is no exact definition of this motivation, because when it comes to motivation, every person is different in their own perspective. The one who is having money, might be possible that he or she is chasing something else in the life. Exactly. And we can see so many examples actually. There is a one beautiful line, by this Steve Jobs. When he got to know about this, cancer and all these things in his life, so he told one thing, that I don't want to be the richest person in the graveyard.
That's
And
true,
that's the
'cause it
clear
doesn't
definition.
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah. Once you're dead, it
exactly.
doesn't matter. Right? You need to live your life while you're living, not after.
Exactly. And he also recited that, after then when I got to know about this, then neither I was afraid of, the failures or something, anything in my life, and nor I was excited of, a small achievement or something like that. But just I wanted to bring some kind of changes distally, and that I did. And he has done actually. Yes or no?
Yeah. You sound very spiritual. Are you a spiritual person?
Nothing like that, I do not worship anything, and I'm not a kind of a spiritual person. It is just that, I love the simplicity, because we human nature are created, and like with every kind of imperfection. So it is just that we are not dealing with that imperfections, and we are
Yeah.
criticizing ourselves.
Yeah, we want to
So
be perfect, and it's not possible.
exactly.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
And no, actually, believe me, like perfections never defines you, Having those little imperfections only makes you special, different from
Makes
others.
you unique, exactly. What's your opinion on people that are not motivated, that don't
Could you
have
please repeat that? It was a little bit breaking.
What is your opinion on people who do not keep motivation, who do nothing? What's your opinion?
Okay, so you mean the opinion about those people who are doing nothing?
Yeah.
And
Do you think they're afraid of failure?
oh well, of course, that's the reason they are not starting now, because failure is more beautiful, because failure is nothing but it's a part of success. So when you are accomplishing success, or when you are just chasing your path that you want to achieve, it's really beautiful to live the life, and that's called the definition of the life, because it's a journey. Actually, it's not something that you have to go through some place or something. You will have to stick with the things, and that's very boring, actually, believe me.
But it's so interesting what you say. At failing, people see it so negatively, when actually it's a very important part of life, because if we don't fail, we don't earn.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they used to overthink now, like about the things, but still, it's their choice. They might be having some other things, but I believe in one thing, that every people has their own uniqueness, their own different abilities. So you do not have to, or no one has to, compare yourself with anyone, because the words start from you, and nothing, you do not have to feel dejected, woeful about the things. And once you keep the smile on your face, it's gonna work like anything.
Yeah. What's for you won't pass. If it's supposed to be for you, it will happen. That's what I believe as well. So that's fascinating. Very, very interesting.
And the last question I want to ask,
yes, of course.
What just leads you to the demotivation state?
The old me, when I failed, I would become
really
demotivated. The old me. But now, what leads me to demotivation? If I feel I'm doing something that does not benefit me as a whole, as a person, I will not be motivated to do it. So I don't do things to get results straight away. I do things that I feel will benefit my life as a whole, not just a certain part, as a whole. So if I feel it doesn't benefit me 100%, I may become a little bit demotivated. That's me. What about you?
Oh, well, of course, like, okay. If I'm concerned, only one thing, that's the important thing. One little bit, like, regrets that are not permanent. I mean, okay, but still I can go, I can take over those regrets. But the most important thing is the relationship with the people,
Yes.
If you do not have a good relationship bonding with anyone, I don't feel that you can go to somewhere in life and can enjoy the success. No. Because until unless you're not kind to someone, you do not make someone feel special.
Yes.
I mean, your worth is never gonna be a good, I mean,
I agree. You need to celebrate other people's success, because then it makes you happy. If you're happy for someone else, that makes you
And there is also one quote, miss, like, in the path of the success, it is always we, it is never me, actually.
It's never I, it's always we. That's so fascinating. I have really enjoyed this.
I have just made this conversation first time, without washing your face. Screen is completely invisible, I mean, you are invisible, and Talking to you is something really, really, very fascinating, because the way you are actually, using your hands and smiling
Yes.
is so, so good.
Yes. Thank you very much.